at the sunroof. He had a chopper with the mask over his face. Like they were looking for their man. You know, you riding by. They say on the shooter, you riding by looking like wait, it creeping across. Like on boys, you watching boys. Anybody seen boys in the hood? You know it's a drive-by.
Day 83 of the Young Thug YSL RICO trial was intense. We get testimony from people who were present at the shooting and someone else who was shot that survived. Then the medical examiner who conducted Donovan Thomas's autopsy testifies. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this one made me cringe a little bit with the details of Donovan Thomas's wounds. You'll see it towards the end of this video. Hit subscribe. Love you guys. Here we go. Looking kind of depressed right now, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if he's just tired like always, waking up at 4:30, but this guy's name is Sammy Davis. He's a personal friend of Donovan Thomas Jr., Peanut, who was murdered. So Sammy was there the night of the barbershop. I believe he watched his friend's last moment, so.
I'll be right there in the parking lot right there by on McDaniel Street, right by the barbershop. Well, I saw a car coming down McDaniel Street. Somebody came out of the sunroof. When he came out of the sunroof, that went all blue. What? Fire, gunplay. Yeah.
This guy's kind of hard to understand, but I think he just said someone came out the sunroof.
Yeah, they were standing around. He was coming. He was coming out of the barbershop. So when the car stopped here and came out of the sunroof, you know, boy was flying there while in the barbershop.
Was nut on the left side or the right side?
On the driver's side.
I want, with that pointer, can you please show the ladies and gentlemen of the jury where you were standing when Mr. Thomas was shot?
I was standing right here.
Where Mr. Thomas was standing?
He's coming down.
Okay.
Barbershop, coming out of the barbershop down with it.
The vehicle that you saw the shots come from, can you say whether the vehicle was new or old?
It was old. It wasn't new model car.
I don't think it was old. I think it was a 2014 Infiniti, but it doesn't really matter. It's an Infiniti. They look kind of like pieces of shit anyway, to be honest.
Were you able to tell about how many people you say were in it?
I know it was two of them. It had to be. Somebody could drive while the person come out of the sunroof.
Was there ever a time that you saw the front passenger of the vehicle?
Not really.
Are you sure?
Okay, I'm sure.
Asked and answered.
No, that's a different question.
He said, "Are you sure?" So apparently this guy at one point said he identified and recognized YSL Woody as the driver of the car, and then he took it back at some point. But the defense is trying to pin all this on YSL Woody. Kenneth Copeland is his real name. The guy ended up snitching on everyone.
During the shooting, did the vehicle stop?
The vehicle stopped right by the barbershop. We went on down McDaniel Street, hit right, on the outside right. Well, when shot with fire, we looked up. So we hit the ground. We looked up and see what's going on. I hit the ground, and I saw one nut. I knew that the nut was hit. So we ran up there to him. Rev came out of the A&M barbershop. Tried to hold him, he kept telling him, say it's over, you know. Yeah.
So, who said it?
I can't understand this guy, man.
Yeah.
So, who said it's over?
Nut said it's over. Damn.
At the time that you hit the ground, were there any other people that were still outside with you that hit the ground?
Yeah.
When you hit the ground, were you still able to see the vehicle that from where the shots came?
Yeah.
All right. And was there ever a time when it was on McDaniel Street that you lost sight of that vehicle?
No.
Hey, y'all ever seen Waterboy? This is this guy.
Can you describe what the shots sounded like?
It was an assault rifle.
You heard the shots. Did it sound like it was more than one gun being fired?
Yeah, it sounded like it.
Were you able to see what he was doing?
I wasn't able to see what he was doing at the time. Ran right into the net. Ran right to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you ran to Nut, was Rev already there, or was he just in?
Rev was just coming at you.
Okay. And out of what barbershop did Rev come out?
A&M.
Okay.
And he just told me, he said it's over with. I said, what's it? He said, we ain't gonna make it, you know.
Did you try to help Nut at any point?
I mean, really help I could do. I mean, but then I can really do, you know.
Did you touch him in any way?
Right.
What did you do when you touched him?
They put my arms around him.
Do you recall speaking to law enforcement at all or being interviewed after this?
Yeah.
Did you immediately go tell the police on the night of the shooting what you saw happen?
I think I did. I think I had to say something too.
And I would ask for you to tell me to stop when you see the direction from which the vehicle that contained the shooters came from, okay?
I'm going to object to that.
I sustain the objection.
We already know which direction. Like, God, let's get it going. Let's get it moving.
Do you recall telling law enforcement that you actually laid eyes on the front passenger of the vehicle?
I said that. Yeah.
And do you recall telling law enforcement during your interview that you recognized the front passenger from the mechanics building?
I said that.
Hold on. I sustain the objection.
Sure. Where if anywhere did you tell law enforcement if you knew?
I stand as the form.
Do you know where you saw the front passenger? Did you recognize the front passenger from you?
I don't.
Are you familiar with the Mechanicsville area of Atlanta?
Yes, sir.
Do you know if anyone involved that was in the vehicle was from that area?
Oral, sir.
I know one guy from over there. One guy they call Woody. He was from over there in Parliament. I think it was Woody, whatever they call it.
Do you recall telling law enforcement that you knew? It's a different question.
I said it's still leading us to form, Mr. Brown. So figure out another way to.
Yeah, he's struggling with his form here.
Your Honor, maybe a question.
Maybe who, what, when, where, why. Try that.
Maybe a question.
No. Maybe who, what, when, where, why. Ask the question.
It's impeachment. Yeah.
Still, you got him on direct.
Sure.
So obviously, you can't ask the question that suggests the answer on direct examination. So that's what's happening here.
I got everything. It's Woody something. Nickname. Whoa this, whatever.
Do you know, during your interview, do you recall providing a description of the person who was the first front seat passenger to Toronto?
I ain't said that.
Okay. And do you recall, as a part of that description, providing any identifiers?
Right.
How did you describe the front passenger of that vehicle from where the shots rang out to law enforcement?
I said it's like, I don't know, red, like brown, something like. But at the time, I was going through so much, man, mentally. You know, I was just want anybody to get locked up, man, for doing it to my friends. So.
Oh, he just thought I would want anybody to get locked up just because he was going through shit mentally?
What do you recall having told law enforcement that the hairstyle of the front seat passenger was?
It was red.
Dress. Do you recall, based on what you just read, what complexion you described the front seat passenger had?
Yes, sir.
What complexion was
Brown
it?
skin.
What did you mean when you said that you told Detective Thorpe that you was messed up and wanted to get somebody locked up because of the situation? What was that?
My mind was messed up, man. Yeah, I wasn't thinking clearly, man. I wasn't in my right frame of mind at the particular time because all that was going on. I saw my friend got killed. So I don't want anybody to go down. I thought it had something to do with it.
So yeah, he's just saying he lied to the police at some point. I thought Woody had his head shaved. Woody doesn't have dreads. This is Woody right here. I don't think he has dreads.
Truthful as you could be during that time that you were interviewed by law enforcement to provide them with complete and accurate answers.
No, I wasn't.
What did you say to law enforcement on that day that you believed to be the truth?
I believe to be the truth. It was my explaining when guy would come down, Mike Daniel. Yeah, when guy would come down.
Were the descriptions that you provided in the front seat passenger true?
No.
Okay. Was the sounds of the firearms that you heard to be discharged the truth?
That's the truth.
Where you went to help Nut after he hit the ground, was that the truth?
That's the truth.
Was what Nut told you when you went and put your arms around him the truth?
That's the truth.
When Rev came out of the barbershop, was that the truth?
That's the truth.
When you stopped to get up off of the ground after you saw the vehicle come down McDaniel Street, was that the truth?
That's the truth.
Is the fact that you watched the vehicles in that area the truth?
The truth.
Shout out Thugger Daily for this tweet right here. Main takeaway. We know the state originally charged Woody with this murder, but later dropped the charges. The defense still contends that Woody was the shooter. The state wanted to show the jury why they originally charged Woody with the murder. The lawyers didn't even bother to do cross on that guy. Now we got Mr. Wise right here, who Brian Steele asked yesterday what he's going to be testifying to. Mr. Wise right here apparently told Brian Steele before that he knows nothing and was just in the barbershop pretty much and saw nothing.
Mr. George asked him. I think he was the oldest barber. He was the number 2 barber in Georgia. It's the oldest barbershop in Atlanta. The first barber ever to get his barber license. He was number 2. He treated us like his kids, and we treated him like he was our dad. So, not that long. I mean, he come in and get his haircut. Him and whoever else he got with him. Well, they might have paid sometimes for their own haircuts, but the majority of the time when he came in, he used to pay for everybody haircut in there. He tipped good too.
He tipped good too. So Peanut was going up in there and paying for everyone's haircuts and tipping good.
He got out my chair. He went out the door, and after that, it was all over with.
I want to put a pin and come back to when you say it's all over with.
We heard gunshots, so automatically everybody hit the floor. We heard a lot of gunshots. Even Mr. George hit the floor. He's 83, 84 years old, so everybody hit the floor. When the shooting was over with, we got up. So I peeked out the door by me being, and I peeked out the door to see what's going on. And I see somebody laying on the sidewalk. So I go out the door. I'm the first one out the door. And I tell Reverend Foster came out the door behind me. Went down through the sidewalk and found out that it was Peanut he was shot. I just went to try to render aid. Hollering back at the barbershop telling somebody to call 911 because somebody been shot.
Can you, with the best to your best ability, describe the actual sound?
Boom, 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 da, da, da.
Okay, I'm not trying. This isn't funny, like someone died, but the whole chat started spamming crying laughing emojis over the right, so I had to crack a smile, bro. Look at the whole chat, bro.
You got off the ground. What was Nut wearing on that day of January 10th, 2015?
Camouflage.
Camouflage.
I think he probably was a skull cap. He was wearing skull cap, different colors, you know.
So I was right yesterday that he was in all camouflage.
Like I said, 911 hadn't came yet, so we're still trying to render aid. So I'm looking back behind, like, and there's somebody else that's hit, trying to render aid to him. Telling the call for another ambulance, so we need 2 ambulances. And we were asking him where was he hit at. And he was like he was losing consciousness, but he did say, he said, I'm gone. He said, I'm gone.
When he said, I'm gone, what did you understand that to mean?
It was over with. Reverend Foster, we was telling him to fight for his life. We was just telling him to fight for his life. Fight. Reverend Foster, directly at him, was telling him to fight. So it's like I said, he's the pastor, he was just telling him, fight. You got something to live for, fight.
Did you see where Nut was wounded?
Yes.
Where was he wounded?
Up under somewhere like up under his armpit. I don't know if it's the left or the right, but I'm saying up under, because we had to roll him over to see where he was hit. It was like up under his armpit, like toward the back. And that was just one of the places, but I don't know overall how many where he was hit at, but that was just the main one that I know that they tried to apply pressure to because.
All right, that's it for Mr. Wise. Defense didn't do any cross-examination for him at all. So this is one of the guys that also got shot with Donovan Thomas.
Growing up, what did you do for a living?
I sold
Okay. What area, what part of the city did you sell?
on McDaniel Street, right there by the Texaco. Mr. George,
How long did you go to Mr. George's barber?
since I was a little boy.
Now, who would cut your hair at Mr. George's barbershop?
Mr. George.
Why did you go to Mr. George?
He always been cutting my hair since I was a little boy.
Hey man, shout out Mr. George. He sounded like a legend. Bro would just cut everyone's hair until he was like 90 years old. That's crazy.
It wasn't nothing but the regular people from the neighborhood. They won't stick out like that. Cause really everybody from the neighborhood gonna be right there.
Are you familiar with any street gangs from that part of the city?
Yes, sir.
Which ones?
Rock Crew,
Any others?
YSL.
Now, would people from Cleveland Avenue or one in Rockville, YSL ever hang out in Texaco?
No, sir. Just feel like that when he ain't around, it be dead. Like everybody know when he pull up, everybody get to pop him up from everywhere. Everybody just pop up. But like it'll be, won't nobody be outside. Soon he pull up, like everybody know he there. We gonna smoke. You know, they're gonna be outside smoking. We gonna get some blunts, go to the barbershop, get our haircut and stuff.
Would people other than yourself recognize his car when you drove up to the location you went to for
Prosecutor's trying to get the point across that his car is recognizable at the same location, pretty much making it like he's an easy target.
Did you ever know someone by name, or your stage name is LUCCI?
Yes, sir.
How did you know that?
When LUCCI first came on the scene, he pulled up on me and told me to listen to him.
Now, did you ever know someone by the stage name, QUAN?
Yes, sir.
How did you first know about him?
He used to pull up at Texaco with Mizey.
And did Donovan Thomas ever know or have a relationship with QUAN?
Yes, sir.
What was that relationship?
On some music.
This guy seems like a nice guy.
We was smoking. We had got some light, walked to the show and got some blunt. Yes, like he felt something, like he wasn't acting like himself. Like he knows something, it was something in the air. I had on a black, on leather coat. I probably had on a t-shirt. I was in the area. I know I would write that song because he was right there. We standing right there, so him, a great Pontiac pull across. It slow rolled across. Before it him, for the Pontiac pulled out, I told you about the funny movement going on, like there was a call came through. So him, on car had pulled out there when the Pontiac slow rolled across the barbershop. And it came out the teeth. They shot like 3 times when we walked to see we got some guns. So when they got right up by nut, and when all the commotion happened. It slow rolled across and first thing, it creeping across. Like on boys, you watching boys, anybody seen boys in the hood, you know it's a drive-by.
This isn't funny, but dude, the way these guys talk, man, the accents and shit.
I tried to get it out before I get ready to tell them drive-by. They was already out the one, out the teeth.
When you say out the teeth, what do you mean by that?
At the on sunroof. He had a chopper with the mask over his face. Like basically, like they were looking for their man. You know, you riding by, they say on the shooter, you riding by looking like where he at. You hit right here just to make the crowd move, and you went straight at your target.
Damn, this man saying this poked out of the damn sunroof, kind of looking around, looking for Donovan Thomas.
A Honda shot, machine gun.
What did you get shot when you got shot?
Yes, sir.
Where did you get shot?
In the back.
Damn.
You still have a scar there today?
Yes, sir.
Did you initially realize that you got shot?
I didn't know I was shot at first, but when he shot, they made them pull out though. They made them move. Yeah, when he started shooting back, they thought he probably wasn't gonna shoot back.
Why no one else testified that he shot back? He's the only one. So Donovan Thomas was shooting back too?
Right. So when they got to shooting, that shooting too, but when he started shooting back, that way made him speed out.
All right, so Shannon Stillwell's lawyer, Max Schardt, up for cross. Remember, Shannon Stillwell's one of the, I believe, the alleged shooter in this car, so.
And you were out there for a period of time before any shooting occurred.
Yes.
To your recollection, were you out there with Donovan Thomas and other people?
We was out there about an hour or two together. It probably wasn't even 30 minutes. Like, it was a call. Somebody was working the phone.
So, well, let me ask you this. When the shooting occurred, Mr. Thomas was not walking out either of the barbershops when the shooting occurred.
He was on the lot. He was on the lot. That's why I said it was a call. Somebody made a call.
Okay, well, they shot first. You're talking about from a car?
Right.
Okay. That car, your recollection, your testimony, did that car stop in the road?
We standing right there. They shot bow, like a handgun. As soon as they got right there in front of it, they let all the wrong shots go.
Okay, but did the car stop?
Yeah, it stopped. It stopped about a second or two.
Your testimony was the car stopped for 20 seconds and that would have been in front of the barbershop?
Not exactly like in the parking lot. That way that was.
In between the two barbershops?
Right.
The car stopped for 20 seconds. Okay. Do you know what kind of gun Mr. Thomas was shooting?
He probably had a 9.
Do you know that for a fact or are you speculating? You said he probably had a 9. So
I seen it. It was a handgun.
Okay.
Aggressive. So as a medical examiner, I would imagine he did the autopsy on Donovan Thomas, and this might be a little graphic, so here we go.
The bullet goes in, a pathway where it goes through the tissue, and then an exit wound, or if the bullet doesn't leave the body, a bullet. Okay, so, and the ones that have an entrance pathway and exit, okay, those are called perforating gunshot wounds. Those that have an entrance pathway and a bullet are called penetrating. And they're easily confused. Okay, we were told he's 25 years old. 26 years old. We measured him at 75 inches, which is 6'3", and he weighed 332 pounds. Police and other people don't use this. But this is basically his unique number. So everything that we do with him is going to have that number on it. So we can keep it straight from other, and that they open that up so they can do, kind of reach in and grab the heart and kind of squeeze it, try and get it to keep beating. Buy him a few more minutes until they get blood going. It can also be something to go in to try and fix anything they can see in there. So that's the first part of it. The second part is we open up the body and our standard excisions, and we look at the organs inside the body, and then we look to take them out and we see which organs are damaged with diseases. We take a picture of his face, and it's got that accession number, And the real purpose of this is to kind of keep in mind, this is not just a project. He's a human being. This personalizes the case for us. This is who he is. It's like his picture. And sometimes it's used for identification, but I found 2 entrance wounds that were clearly entrance wounds. Okay, this is his back. Okay, he's kind of rolled up on the table. And there's this little tag right here. Right above that tag is one of the entrance wounds. This is a penetrating gunshot wound. Okay, so this gunshot wound, it goes into his back, into the muscles, goes into his spinal column, the bones. These bones are numbered from 1 to 5. And it goes through the first and second one. It goes through his right kidney. So his right kidney's on the other side. Okay, and then it goes through, the projectile is fragments into 2 big pieces, and it goes into so there's 12 ribs. So it's going over here. And then the other one is just kind of moving about freely within his abdominal cavity and it's down by the bladder. So it just got into his abdominal cavity and didn't get stuck in any tissues.
Dude, I'm such a bitch when it comes to surgeries and shit like this. So if you see me cringing over here, I can't even look at footage of surgeries and shit. Like, I can't look at that shit.
You can see these kidneys, okay, right here, okay? And you can see this spinal column. And so this gunshot wound, you can see how it goes through the right kidney. It went through the lumbar vertebrae. There's a big, huge vessel that comes out of your heart, takes all the blood down through your body, your kidneys. It's called the aorta. It's right here. You see it very well. And next to it, it's vena cava. It's taking all the blood back up to the body. And it's pretty large. So you can see this is also damaged. This inferior vena cava, lumbar vertebrae. One piece of it is over here on the rib. It's not on this picture. The other one, the bladder's down here somewhere. So this is where the 2 bullets are. So it's coming kind of like this. Each kidney gets about 10% of your blood supply. You say kidney's about 20%. I mean, these are numbers, averages. But this is a big, huge hole that's bleeding. Also, that inferior vena cava is big. So what's happening is he's bleeding a lot internally. These kidneys are pretty deep back in the body. They're hard to get to surgically. You know, this is going to bleed, and it's likely that if something isn't done really quickly, like in multiple minutes, that he's not going to make it. He's going to bleed to death from internal bleeding. Your body's kind of designed to survive for a while. So everything clamps down and shunts all the blood towards the heart and the brain, shunts it away from all the organs, shunts it towards the muscles. Those kind of reflexes will kick in. But within a few minutes, the blood drains out of the blood vessels and into the abdomen, other places it's not doing any good. You start to lose blood pressure, you get dizzy, you collapse. Within a few minutes, he's going to collapse and basically die. Okay, so this is the left side of Mr. Thomas. This is an entrance wound. This is the second entrance wound I saw. So one is back, so one is on.
And is the entrance wound on the back consistent with that hole that we saw at the back of his shirt earlier in the earlier exhibit?
Yes, there's 2 entrance wounds. There's 2 holes. Well, one's a group of holes, but there's 2 locations with holes in the shirt, and they do match. This one's got a little bit more complexity to it. So this is important, this features, and it is characteristic of an entrance wound. It's not characteristic of an exit wound or an irregular wound. And they hit the skin, they're spinning, and as they punch through the skin, they abrade the edge. And if the bullet is coming through, this is an arm, the bullet's coming straight on, it'll create a nice little round hole with an abrasion around it. If the bullet is coming at an angle like this, it'll create an abrasion, maybe a furrow, kind of deeper in the skin, and then it'll go through. Okay, this gunshot wound has got an abrasion here along this edge. So this suggests a bullet is coming in at an angle, and it's an entrance wound. So this bullet, I think, went out and right back in through that. So this is a re-entry wound. There were bruises on his heart and his lungs, and some of those you can maybe blame on the trying to resuscitate him when they're trying to squeeze his heart. Maybe they squeezed it too hard or whatever, but they don't squeeze lungs. Okay, and so some of this is from the gunshot wound. So he's got bruising of those organs.
It's not good for the defense that the jury is seeing this, and it's probably emotional and intense in there with his family in there, I can imagine. If I was on the jury, I would want to see some phone tracking data, something that really connects Shannon Stillwell and Yakati in that car, besides snitching. I mean, I think the only thing they have is that YSL Woody snitched. I mean, I haven't really heard any like real data that puts these guys in that car. It's in Thug's name. That's it. That's all we know. Hey, subscribe right now. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I love you guys. Peace out.